This is a presentation on China's cultural dimensions. In this presentation, we will be describing the culture's traditions, ethnicity, marriage, arts, and religion.
All right, my name is Chase, and I'll be talking about the traditions. So, the main and the most popular one is the Chinese New Year. It's China's most important festival, involves activities such as dinner, red envelopes, fireworks, and decorations. And the date of celebration depends on the lunar calendar. It could range between January 21st and February 20th. Another popular one is the Qingming Festival, involves sweeping and decorating grave sites, burning incense and paper money, and food offerings. They honor the deceased, and the date of celebration is around April. And lastly, one of the more popular ones is the Dragon Boat Festival. To rid people of misfortune, involves food, drinks, and boat rowing. And date of celebration is May or early June. The ethnicity of China is dominated by one race. The Han Chinese is the largest ethnic group in China. China has a population of 1,419,321,000 people. Other minority groups are the Zhuang with 1.27%, then the Hu with 0.79%, then the Manchu with 0.78%, and then the Uyghur with the 0.76%. Marriage in China is a little different compared to the States. Involves not only a union between spouses, but also a union between the two families. So the two families come together. A traditional tree ceremony or tea ceremony in which the bride serves the groom's parents. This signifies her acceptance into the family. There's a major emphasis on continuing the family bloodline.
I'm Haiti and I'll be presenting arts. Some of the most important arts in Chinese culture are calligraphy and Peking opera. Calligraphy rivals painting as fine arts in China and it reveals the fondness they have for their written characters. Peking opera is the most dominant form of Chinese opera that combine instrument music, martial arts, dance, and many other arts, making it one of the cultural treasures in China.
China is officially an atheist state, so in schools they teach atheism as religious education is not allowed. But in a nation of over 1 billion people, 73% of them practice folk religion. Folk religion is more supernatural oriented as they worship ancestors and make wishes to them. They also worship old gods or deities and immortals. The rest practice Buddhism at about 16% of the population, with Christianity, Taoism, and Islam making up the remaining 11%. With many people practicing, not many will formally identify with these religions. Since people do not adhere to a single religion formally, many will choose from different gods to pray to or rituals to participate in, depending on their current needs. China is a collectivist country. They are concerned with group balance and harmony, not the wants or needs of any one individual. In Chinese culture, family is the most important thing in their life. From childhood, they are raised to respect their elders and are taught to succeed so they can bring wealth and pride to their families. Everything they do is with the family's best interests in mind. This can be traced to the Chinese philosophy of yin yang cosmology, where it is believed to be important to build connections with others. Even the government has it worked to instill collectivism in its people through communist ideology. Since 1949, the Chinese government has established collectivism as part of its moral core. Professionally, companies believe in getting to know their employees and building strong relationships, and employees will even work together to achieve common goals and look out for each other and everyone's best interest. Collectivism to them is a social responsibility to take care of one another.
Chinese lean more towards high context, meaning people often communicate in a roundabout way, hinting at what they mean rather than saying it directly to avoid confrontation. Body language, facial expressions, tone of voice, and other nonverbal signals are important to them.
China has, my name is CJ Villa, and China has a low score when it comes to the uncertainty avoidance factor due to the fact that people of China are very adaptable and welcome open-ended and ambiguous situations. The Chinese culture enjoys taking risks and dislikes too much structure or rule, which grants the people of China a great deal of flexibility.
Chinese people also tend to be less emotionally expressive. Due to their cultural values, there is a strong emphasis of self-control and modesty. Expressing emotions can be seen as disruptive and can be seen as drawing unnecessary attention to oneself.
So the high versus low power distance of China is considered to China itself is considered to be a country with a very high power distance with a PDI of 80, which is double that of the United States. PDI being the power distance index. China's population expects and accepts that power is distributed unequally and that people should not have aspirations beyond their rank. There is no protection for subordinates against power abuse by their superiors in this relationship.
Hi, my name is Emma, and in this slide, I'm going to be discussing whether Chinese people follow a monochronic or polychronic lifestyle. Traditionally, Chinese tend to lean to polychronic because they're great at multitasking and they don't typically follow a strict schedule. Although in modern times, a monochronic lifestyle is more essential because they're able to find time to remain at an emotional and relationship equilibrium. In this next slide, I'm talking about the prejudice against Chinese people. Chinese face prejudice harm commonly throughout the United States. They have faced a generalized form of prejudice harm due to the past wars of the US against other Asian countries besides China, giving them the wrong impression. During the COVID-19 pandemic, prejudice was common against Chinese since many had believed it was the individuals themselves at fault for the spread of the virus. A less harmful prejudice would be the stereotyping used on Chinese, where Americans expect them to be smart or rich, which may make them feel social pressure.
And this concludes our presentation for COM 100.